He's a billionaire. Bill Ayers' dad, Tom Ayers, is a billionaire. He's owner of the largest utility company in Chicago. So I'm sure he was helping the son escape injustice. And finally, when they got tired of running, they turned themselves in, and they were taken to a trial. Of course, the dad got the best lawyers in the United States for the son and daughter-in-law, and they were found innocent because the FBI had illegally heard the conversation, and therefore, on that technicality, they escaped prosecution. Not so Bernadine Dorn, who was involved in assassination of a police officer in San Francisco, and then when she was asked by the grand jury to testify, she refused, so she got sentenced to 6 months in jail. And she lost her lawyer license. Nevertheless, a Marxist firm hired her, even though she wasn't a lawyer, because she lost her license for life, being a felon. And next to her worked this beautiful lady by the name of Michelle Obama. And they became close friends. So Obama, actually, Michelle knew Bernadine Dorn before Barack Obama. They weren't even married. She was just a single woman working in that law firm. So these two couples are very close friends of our president and the first lady. In fact, Barack Obama began his political career in the living room of this detestable couple, and Bill Ayers also wrote the autobiography of Obama, Dreams of My Father. It was not written by Obama. Obama couldn't write. He had writer's block. He needed to turn in the thing. So all he turned in to Bill Gates were tapes that he taped his family, notes that he had, and Bill Gates, being a good writer, having a PhD from Columbia University, wrote this beautiful book that now has been more than proven that was not written by Obama. And then Obama got all sorts of money, $4 or $5 million in royalty, the best book ever written in the United States, the best political memoir in the history of the United States, written by this senator who is so bright, and he didn't even write the book. And he got all kinds of prizes for the book that he did not write. Anyway, Bill Ayers worked at the University of Chicago as an education professor, so he could poison the minds of thousands of teachers of the Chicago public schools and other places. And now Bill Ayers is working on Common Core. How nice. He's a wonderful guy. He's gone to the White House several times, or didn't, because he still has bad fame for a lot of people. So, but he's one of the proponents of Common Core, Bill Ayers. First of all, how can we trust Obama on anything that he does? But now we have Bill Ayers, planted 30 bombs, weather underground, Common Core. He's been in keynote speaker on conference about Common Core throughout the United States. Arnie Duncan, Secretary of Education, Undersecretary of Education, Bill Ayers. The 3 keynote speakers. We're 3 here keynote speaker today. There is Bill Ayers, speaking on Common Core. Another nice lady, radical left, Linda Darling Hammond. She served as the educational director of the Obama transition team in 2008, and she's working closely with Bill Ayers to implement this radical national curriculum, which of course we haven't seen the social studies part yet. We haven't seen the science part yet. We're going to be pushing Agenda 21, all of those nice things, the phonic science about global warming will be in those books. And who knows how they rewrite the United States history textbook if Bill Ayers has a role in it. Who knows what our kids are going to be reading when they do the Common Core standard for social studies. I'm just dying to see it. Right now, our world history textbooks are being written by members of the Muslim Brotherhood. You're aware of that, right? The Prentice Hall book, I did an article on it, in Bear Witness, which is being used in Florida, all over Florida. Members of the Muslim Brotherhood wrote the part about Islam, and how wonderful Islam is. And erased the years of oppression, assassinations, all the horrible things that members of Islam have done to Christians, and still doing, assassinating Christians all over the Middle East, burning their churches and so forth. They've always done that for 2,000 years. And that's being erased from the books. It's also being erased from the manuals that are used to teach people in the Pentagon, the CIA, Homeland Security. They have all members of the Brotherhood as advisors to rewrite the manuals that are used by the CIA. A lot of generals, retired generals, have denounced it, but they're still doing that. In fact, they trained some reserve officers in Atlanta, and they said that the Catholics, the evangelicals, and certain Jewish members are as bad as Al-Qaeda. That was taught to our officers in the Army Reserve in Atlanta. And who wrote that? The Southern Poverty Center, a Marxist group, rewrote with money from the administration, the manuals where we're teaching our soldiers about how bad the Catholics are and the evangelicals. Of course, the Tea Party, they're the worst. They're terrorists, kidnappers. I love to be among kidnappers, terrorists. What else? What else they call us? All those good names. Anyway, so this nice lady, Linda Lallingham, she received $178 million grant from the administration. $178 million grant from the race to the top to develop common core testing. So we have another lady involved in that. Okay, the legal implications, I'm going to leave it to Thais to talk about that. I just want to say that the unprecedented data mining contemplated by Common Core appears to me as if we're now living in a big brother totalitarian society, just like in communist Cuba, where all the students had that cumulative folder that followed them through the schools and denied them entrance to the university if they were not revolutionaries. Castro said the university is only for the revolutionaries, for no one else. Okay, now there's a lot of growing opposition to Common Core. Our organization, Bear Witness, we are part of the movement to fight Common Core in Florida, doing everything we can to stop it. And of course our Governor, Rick Scott, who was elected with Tea Party support, has not rejected Common Core. Now he said, well, I'll never implement data mining here. In fact, he withdrew from the Partnership for Assessment Readiness College and Careers, called PARC. That's a consortium of several states that were going to work on the test for Common Core. So our governor said, we're not going to participate, we're going to develop our own test. So he's trying to move slowly away, but of course Jeff Bush is pushing him hard to keep it. Jeb Bush's brother, Neil Bush, is making money out of Common Core. He's involved in the testing of Common Core. So it's a lot of money for the Bush family at stake. Also, Bush wants to be president. And all these corporations are going to make billions of dollars with Common Core, but they are going to give a lot of money to Jeb Bush if he decides to run for president. But I got news for Bush, you are dead already. You'll never be president here.
Amen.
And you are a traitor to your nation, Jeb Bush. If you're in bed with Obama, you're a traitor to this nation here. All right, so Marcos Rubio, thank God, is opposed to Common Core. He was interviewed by the Shark Tank in Orlando by a reporter, and this is what he said. I'm going to quote what he said. I am very concerned and quite frankly opposed to any effort to try to create some sort of national curriculum standards and then try to leverage the power of the federal government's funding to force states to adopt a certain curriculum standard. He said more, state and local levels are the best places to implement curriculum reform, and it is something the federal government should not be deeply involved. So thank God Marco Rubio is supposed to go.
He also said he was against amnesty.
Huh?
He also said he was against amnesty. Where is he now? So
okay. Anyway,
like to say.
So there are four organizations, there are four big organizations in Florida fighting against Common Core. We're one of them. There's a Florida Stop Common Core Coalition, Florida Parents Against Common Core, Floridians Against Common Core Education, many groups out there, Tea Party groups, different groups. We were instrumental in passing, I'm a member of the Executive Committee of the Republican Party Miami-Dade. We passed a resolution against Common Core. We only had one person voting against it. Thais Alvarez was instrumental in getting Broward County also to do the same. This lady here was an inspiration from Marion County. The lady from Marion County. Will you please stand up? Okay, she was a former member of the Republican Party from Marion County. And Marion County, through her help, passed a resolution against Common Core, and we were inspired by Marion County, in Miami-Dade, in Broward. So you are very instrumental in what we're all doing, and we thank you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody.
So anyway, all of these groups are trying to explain to the governor and to the members of the state legislature that they're going to face a lot of lawsuits, especially if they implement the data mining component and violates the privacy of our students. So they need to get ready for that. And of course, Rick Scott, being the politician he is, he convoked a meeting in Clearwater, brought 32 educators, 3 superintendents, including our own superintendent, who was very leftist. Of course, he's in favor of Common Core. And he's my superintendent. I still work there. I don't care. I can't denounce him here. Anyway, so they went to Clearwater. He didn't show up to his own meeting. Instead of being there to listen to, and we had some people opposing Common Core. Just very few. Randy Osborne was there, right?
We had one, and Laura Zork was there as well.
Okay, so
I
2 or 3
think there
people.
were 3 people. who
There were
opposed
3
it.
3 people out of 32. All right, were there to oppose it. He didn't go there even to listen to those people. Where did he go? He went to see Jeb Bush in Miami. And another guy,
John Thrasher and Jim Cartran.
and Thrasher, who also wants Common Core. So he met those 2 guys in Miami, in secret. Of course, the Miami Herald told us about it. And did not go to his own meeting. And then they had these 3 other meetings in Tampa, Davie, and Tallahassee, where a lot of people were yelling, Common Core is Communist Core, you know, in another hand. But anyway, there's a lot of unrest about Common Core, more and more unrest, as parents are now. I just had a call before I left Miami for a friend of mine who has a high job in the school system. And I was going to talk about Common Core, but I got very ill in Miami, at the University of Miami. I'm still trying to recover from that flu that I got 2 weeks ago. Anyway, she said, Frank, they told me you are against Common Core. Yes. And I told her why. She said, go to our website, BW Central. 4 or 5 articles of mine are there explaining Common Core. And then she, of course, she's implementing Common Core. Or at least find out what it is, you know, what you're doing. Don't speak against Common Core, you lose your job. Which our superintendent was very vindictive in Miami. So anyway, but at least people are finding out what it is. That's a good thing. Anyway, I don't know what my time is. I got time? Okay. So the Miami-Dade Republican Party Executive Committee, we approved a resolution for Common Core. And as I said, only one voted against it. I think I have the resolution there in the article. You can read the resolution there. So anyway, I don't need the whole time. I just say, how can we possibly trust Obama on anything that he's doing when he's spying on reporters, when he has directed the IRS to attack conservative and religious organizations, Tea Party organizations, in violation of every law that exists in the United States? How can we trust a president that violates the Constitution each and every day that he's in the White House? From the very day he swore to defend the Constitution of the United States, when he took the presidential oath, he began appointing those stars that have more power than cabinet officers in violation to the U.S. Constitution. He has made the Congress irrelevant. He ignores the Congress, does whatever he wants. He acts omnipotent at home, as if he were a dictator, and yet he's impotent with our enemies abroad. He's helping Al-Qaeda. He had a gun-running operation going on in Libya. That's why he let our ambassador die, where he could have been saved. General Carter Ham, the head of the African Command, immediately prepared a rapid response team to save the ambassador and the other people that were at the safe house, CIA, that we call the consulate in Benghazi. We have an Air Force base in Sigonella Air Force in Sicily. We have Marine detachment in Rota Air Base near Cadiz in Spain. There were troops in all the Western embassies in Tripoli that would have arrived there in 20 minutes. And Obama never lifted a finger. So General Carter Ham was given a direct order by Leon Panetta to stand down, means do nothing. He refused the order. He was about to send help. We have the F-18s, we have these big tanks that have 15 machine gun carriers. I forget the name of the airplane. It's like a tank of the air, they call it. All of those help. And as he was going to send that, he was arrested, fired from the military, and the second in command took over, General Rodriguez. We had an admiral, a real admiral by the name of Charles Goulet, who headed a task force, a carrier task force in the Mediterranean. He was close enough to Benghazi to send the planes from the carrier. He got ready to send the planes. He was given the order to stand down. He refused. And then he also got fired. Those 2 people got fired. And they've also cleaning the military, high ranks, of anybody that opposes Obama. Just like Chavez is in Venezuela. If you're not loyal to me, you cannot serve in the military. They just retired 9 high-ranking officers. I talk about 3-star generals, 3-star admirals being retired. I got an article from a website that the military was going to overthrow Obama in a military coup, especially after Benghazi, when they found out what happened, that he was having a fast and furious Middle East gun-running operation, sending guns and weapons from Libya to Turkey to the Al-Qaeda rebels. Our president supporting Al-Qaeda rebels. The day the ambassador was assassinated, September 11, 2011. In fact, my book in the back, if you have the picture of the ambassador there, he was meeting in front of the CIA safe house in Benghazi with a Turkish diplomat, arranging for 420 tons of weapons that on that day left Libya on the way to Turkey, on the way to the Syrian rebels. Do you think the president wanted to save that ambassador? To send our planes, when maybe those planes could have been shot down and we had like another Somalia incident with Clinton, dead American planes and pilots dead on there in front of Benghazi? No, he let them die deliberately, where he could have saved them. Military got very angry. So according to this website, I don't know if it's true or not, they wanted to overthrow Obama. But Obama had spies. Remember, they know where you are, they know who you talk to, and all those people got arrested, not arrested, but retired, including the Treos. CIA director.
But they can still talk if they wanted to, they are cowards.
Yeah, well, yes, if I were them, I would go to Congress